let's talk Russ. You know, he would be welcomed back in the building if Rodgers says no, or what? How did things end that you're willing to share, or that you know, and how are things potentially moving forward with him?
Yeah, I don't think, Rich, I don't think the players had a problem with Russ. Russ is a pro's pro. And yeah, okay, I can't speak to what happened in Seattle or Denver, but what I know happened with his relationship with the offensive coordinator is maybe some of the stuff that happened in his other two places. But, Russ is always trying to be a leader. That's both offensively and defensively. And so I don't think the players would have a huge problem with him being back. But there is no question, if that would happen, then Russell and Arthur Smith have to be put in a room and sat down and told, look, whatever differences occurred here at the end of the season, you guys better hammer it out, because this is the way it is. And if you don't, there's going to be a problem. So I don't know that the players would have an issue. Maybe some of the coaches would have an issue. But I don't know that it would be a problem internally in the locker room, because to me, Rich, look, you're going to need some stability, and having the same quarterback 2 years in a row for them is some semblance of a stability for a franchise that had a quarterback for 18 years. So to me, that's why I thought that was the safest move for them.
Well, ironing things out internally appears to be a Tomlin lane that he's an expert at. So anything, though, that you know details on the Smith Russ headbutt that we could point to in a game and go, well, this is what happened between these two, and that's why things kind of fell apart last year?
The irony of the whole thing, Rich, is it occurred after the Steelers won in Cincinnati and put up 44 points, their most in 6 years, and Russell Wilson threw for 414 yards, the second highest total of his career. And that was the culmination of a 7-game stretch in which the Steelers were averaging nearly 29 points a game. We haven't seen that since, even before Big Ben's final season. And so the offense started looking like a unit that was capable of bailing out the defense. The Cincinnati game being a perfect example. The Bengals put up 38 points. Joe Burrow threw for 330 or 340, and Russell Wilson outdueled him and outscored him. So that was an example of where this offense was. And then I think it became an issue where, Russell wanted to attack down the field. He loves to throw that moon ball. And I think Arthur Smith wanted maybe, to develop the run game a little bit more. Russ was audibly getting out of plays a little bit more maybe than Arthur Smith would have liked. I can't point to any one example. I could just tell you whatever was occurring, it was enough that it was becoming frustrating, and it was becoming more of a problem, I think, with Arthur Smith. I don't want to say that it was for Russ, but he wanted to play one way and Arthur Smith wanted to play another.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.